This video is going to be an unboxing, an installation, and a review of the INTI lighting LED flat panel fixture. This one is a 1 foot by 2 foot. You can get this in a 1x1, a 1x2, a 1x4, and a 2x2. They've got a website, intilighting.com. So let me show you what it says on the box first. 5,000 hour LED lifetime, 2530 lumens. That's important. A lot of these fixtures only come in about 1,000 lumens, 1,200 lumens, and that is not enough lighting for your average kitchen. But if you want more lighting, then you go with the larger fixture. This is 32 watts. A nice feature is that I don't see on any other product is wall mounted. This is very unusual. So you can do a wall mount or a ceiling mount, and it has removable paintable frames, which would be good to match the frame with the color paint for the room that you've got. As I said, this fixture that I have is a 1 foot by 2 foot, so you can see the dimensions over there. This is the information for the lighting. Let me zoom in a little bit. Applications, dry locations. This is not meant for outdoors. Interior applications, flush mount, hanging installation, wall mount installation, or ceiling like I showed you, and residential or commercial. Unboxing, there are the instructions, instruction guide. Here we have the back of the lamp. The package said 9 pounds. This is a, feels very solid. It's a very solid unit. Nice construction. We've got our power wire over there, easy connect, and a ground wire. There's something very unique about this. It comes with a mounting template. You don't see this with any other light system that is on the market, where you will be able to put this on your ceiling or your wall. You will have your vertical and horizontal lines over there, so you'll be able to center this over a junction box. And then you have locations where you need to center punch or mark on your ceiling or wall so that you know exactly where to drill the holes that your anchors will go in. Inside the box we have the quick connector that will attach to the back of the light. We have 3 wire nuts, 4 anchors that will be mounted into the ceiling or the wall, 4 screws that will be the long screws that will go into the anchor. We have 4 small screws that will be used on these 4 brackets over here. And we have 2 hanging clips, which are going to make mounting this very easy to the wall of the ceiling while you are connecting your wires into the junction box. We also have a screwdriver that you will use to remove the frame from the lamp while you are mounting everything. Between the template and everything that comes in this package, all the screws, this could not be easier to mount on a ceiling or a wall. And that's what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to show you exactly what needs to be done. Template, make sure to remove the little knockout piece in the holes. It's best to mark all 4 of these holes at once instead of doing one at a time. That way all of them will be in the proper position. So I'm going to put the 1/8 inch punch in there. Now you want to hold your drill straight. You do not want to drill on an angle so that your anchors will go into the hole perfectly straight. You're going to drill a 1/4 inch hole into each one of those 4 marked locations. Make sure that the power is off if you have wiring in the ceiling. Use caution on your ladder so that you do not slip. I'm going to be using a trash can underneath the hole so that the dust does not fall down on the floor. But I've got the drill in the hole. There's my 1/4 inch hole. I've drilled the 4 holes. So now I'm going to insert the anchors into them and push them into the hole, but you want the outer ring to stay on the outside of the hole, so don't knock it all the way through the wallboard. Here's the first hole. You can see the shadow from my hand, and the anchor goes right into the hole, and then I will press inward a little bit to get it to go all the way in. If you need to, you might have to tap it lightly with a hammer. All 4 of my anchors are now mounted into the holes that I just drilled. You are going to take each one of these 4 screws and screw them into the anchors that you just mounted into the wall or the ceiling. You want the screw to remain 1/4 of an inch out from the anchor. And the easiest way to do that is that when you screw the screw into the anchor, grab the 1/4 inch drill bit that you used for the holes and just use that as a spacer. Next 2 steps are going to be mounting the light fixture on the hanging clamps, which will be mounted on 2 screws up here. The second part will be connecting 2-wire connector E to existing power wires that you have in your ceiling. I'm going to do these out of order so it will be a little easier for me. I'm going to connect the power connector to the wires in the ceiling first. Make sure that your circuit breaker is off. If you have never connected wires to a lamp before, I'm going to give you a very quick tutorial on how to do it. Assume that these are the wires coming out of your ceiling. You want to have the insulation stripped 1/2 inch on both your black and white wire. 1/2 inch would be the length that this red marking is, going from the end of this wire nut to the top part over here. Your wires to be straight. You do not want them folded over or looped. So put the 2 wires together. This is the wire from the ceiling. This is the wire from the connector. Get your wire nut. Put the 2 wires end to end. Take your wire nut. Place it over the 2 wires. And then screw the wire nut onto the wires. Here we have the 2-wire connector attached to the 2 wires in the ceiling, and the wire nuts are attached. I have put electrical tape over the wire nuts and the wire. Now I'm going to push the wires into my junction box. The parts bag comes with a small screwdriver. The screwdriver is used to press these pieces in. There are 2 of them on each side, not on the ends, but on the sides, and that's what holds the lamp to the base. So you're going to take the screwdriver and you're going to press inward on each of these 4 pieces, and that will release the frame from the base. I did that on all 4 of those pins. The frame comes up, and now we are left with the fixture. If you look inside the frame, you will see 4 holes that we saw before from the other side. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to be sliding the screws into the larger opening, and then we will slide the frame so that the screws are in the smaller opening. And on 2 of those, we don't have a locking bracket, but on the other 2 we do. So what we will do after we get this mounted on the ceiling is we will turn this piece over here on these 2 ends, and that will stop this from sliding off of the screws and dropping from the ceiling. So these are protective. Inside the parts package, we had 4 brackets and 4 small screws. Those will only be used if you are mounting the fixture from a hanging ceiling. You see that we have 4 threaded inserts on the corner, and the screws will go into there with the brackets, and then you'll hang it from the wire. Otherwise, if you're mounting it on a flat ceiling, all you will need are the 4 screws and the anchors that we already mounted. We have the hands-free connectors. I'm going to show you how these are used now. This will make it very easy for you to do your wiring and connections on the back. For the hands-free hook, you're going to be attaching it to the screw that you have mounted in the ceiling. So I've got the screw over here. I'm going to show you what this looks like afterwards. But what you'll do is you will take this hook, you will slide it over the screw, making sure that the loop is facing towards the center part of the light fixture. Then you're going to get a screwdriver and tighten that down. I have the hooks attached to both of the screws. Tighten down the screws so that the hooks will not come off, because you're going to be supporting the weight of your light fixture on these hooks. Now I'm going to get my light fixture and hang it on the hook. Remember that when you hang the light fixture, you want the wire side facing inward towards the junction box. This is the advantage of having the hands-free hooks. You can see I've got the light fixture. It's hanging from the ceiling now on those two hooks. Let me zoom in case I don't have a ground wire inside my junction box, but if you have a ground wire, attach this green wire to the ground wire that will be in your ceiling or your junction box. You get that done, what you will be doing is removing the light fixture from the hands-free hooks. You might need additional help for this part. You will have to unscrew the two screws a little bit for that 1/4 inch hanging out like we have over here that I talked about earlier. And then you will mount the frame on those 4 screws. Take your power connector, insert, and snap it together. And that's the extent of the power wiring. Very simple, very easy to do with the hanging brackets. Now I'm going to insert the wires into my junction box, as I said, as I tilt the lamp upward. And then I'm going to remove the hooks and loosen the screws, and then I'll mount everything to the 4 screws that are mounted in the ceiling. Mounting this, you will mount it with the screw going into the 4 large holes, and then you'll slide the fixture downward a little bit so that the screw head slides into the smaller, narrower opening. After you get the fixture mounted on the screws, make sure that you flip these little safety latches to block the screw openings so that the fixture cannot slide. Press the fixture against your ceiling, tighten down all 4 screws so that everything is secure. Final step of the installation is mounting the detachable frame. If you want to, you can paint the frame. The frame is a spade lug. The wire, the green wire, light fixture has a spade lug, and you are going to take that connector and you're going to slide that end piece over this connector over here. Once you have the green wire connected to this spade lug, you will take the frame and you will press it against the base that you have mounted on the ceiling, and it will snap in place. We have the light fully installed, and now I'm going to turn on the switch for the first time. There we go. Absolutely beautiful. I am extremely happy with this. The fixture, the instructions were good, very easy to install, good quality product, rated for residential or commercial. Good quality base. The frame is paintable if you want to add a color to make it match your room. My recommendation, yeah, I'm extremely happy with this. Price is reasonable and quality is excellent. And that is going to complete my review of the INTI lighting fixture. Remember, these are dimmable. You can buy dimmers that will work on this light fixture. Come in different sizes. Very easy to install. Extremely easy to install. The instructions are very easy. Follow my video. It will make it a lot easier for you to put this thing together and get it assembled. If you like my videos, please do a thumbs up, a subscribe, a like. If you want to leave a donation, ask me for my PayPal info, and I will be glad to send it to you. Thank you very much.